Have you ever wondered why sometimes you feel super warm and other times you shiver from the cold? That feeling is called temperature. It tells us how hot or cold something is. But how do we measure temperature accurately? We can't just guess, can we? That's where our amazing tool, the thermometer, comes in. It's like a special detective for heat. Today, we're going to uncover the cool science behind how a thermometer works. Get ready to explore the tiny changes that tell us big things about our world. It's all about understanding heat and how things react to it. Let's start with a common type of thermometer, the one with a thin glass tube. Inside this tube, you'll often see a colorful liquid, maybe red or blue. Sometimes, it's a shiny silver liquid called mercury. These special liquids have a secret power. When they get warm, they expand, meaning they take up more space. Think of it like blowing up a balloon. It gets bigger. When the liquid gets cold, the opposite happens. It contracts, becoming smaller and taking up less space. This expansion and contraction is the key to how these thermometers work. Imagine the liquid in the thermometer's bulb at the bottom. When it touches something warm, like your hand, the liquid inside heats up. It starts to expand. Because the glass tube is very narrow, even a tiny expansion makes the liquid rise up the tube. The warmer it gets, the higher the liquid climbs. When it touches something cold, the liquid cools down and contracts. It shrinks back into the bulb, and the level in the tube drops. This simple idea is super clever. Next to the glass tube, you'll see a series of lines and numbers. This is called the temperature scale. It helps us read exactly how hot or cold something is. Each line represents a specific temperature. When the liquid stops moving, we look at where the top of the liquid lines up with the numbers. That tells us the temperature. You might see two different scales, Fahrenheit and Celsius. In many parts of the world, Celsius is used, where water freezes at 0 degrees and boils at 100 degrees. In other places, like the United States, Fahrenheit is common. On this scale, water freezes at 32 degrees and boils at 212 degrees. Both scales measure the same thing, just with different numbers. Not all thermometers use liquid. Some use something called a bimetallic strip. Bi means two, so it's a strip made of two different metals joined together. These two metals are special because they expand at different rates when heated. One metal might expand a lot, while the other expands only a little. This difference is what makes them work. Imagine you have a strip of iron glued to a strip of copper. When you heat them up, the copper expands more than the iron. Since they are stuck together, they can't just expand separately. Instead, the strip has to bend. The metal that expands more will be on the outside of the curve, and the metal that expands less will be on the inside. It's like a tiny, heat-powered spring. This bending motion is very useful. The bimetallic strip is often coiled up like a spiral inside a thermometer. One end is fixed, and the other end is attached to a pointer or needle. As the temperature changes, the strip coils or uncoils. This movement makes the pointer spin around a dial. The dial has numbers, just like the liquid thermometer's scale. When it gets hotter, the strip bends one way, moving the pointer to a higher number. When it gets colder, it bends the other way, moving the pointer to a lower number. It's a mechanical way to show temperature. You might find bimetallic strip thermometers in places like ovens to make sure your food cooks at the right temperature. They are also used in thermostats in your home. Today, you also see many digital thermometers. These don't use liquids or bimetallic strips. Instead, they use tiny electronic sensors that can detect changes in temperature. These sensors convert the temperature into an electrical signal, which is then displayed as numbers on a screen. They are very fast and accurate, which is why doctors often use them. So, whether it's a liquid expanding, two metals bending, or an electronic sensor detecting heat, thermometers all do the same important job. They help us measure temperature accurately. Understanding how hot or cold things are helps us in so many ways, from cooking food safely to knowing if we need a jacket. It's all thanks to the amazing science of expansion, contraction, and clever design. Keep exploring and asking questions about the world around you. Science is everywhere, even in the simple tools we use every day.